Hello, I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and what just happened? Well, Roman Reigns just hit an old man a lot. Now, hang on a second. Stone Cold Steve Austin used to beat up his middle-aged boss. Control C, Control V. Why aren't you cheering? Why aren't you cheering? So this was TLC, and like most TLCs, it was one spot-fest match stretched over 3 hours, and boy, did they stretch it. There was so much filler. The Dudley Boys versus the Wyatts got their own video package. So did Rusev versus Ryback, and that match was announced on Thursday. The way you gotta look at this TLC is the way you look at all TLC pay-per-views, which is, if you took the toys away, would you have had a good time? The answer, nope, 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 nope. First problem, putting the spot of the night in the first match. The Salida del Sol off the ladder will go down as one of the great ladder spots, and nothing could top it. After that, it was all Rusev versus Ryback, Del Rio versus Swagger, kill me. Ryback, Rusev, Del Rio, Swagger. Talk about a 1-2 punch of storylineless mediocrity. Also, Chair's match will go down in history as the worst stipulation of all time. It's even worse than the Kennel of Hell, and I do not say that lightly. And well, Wyatts versus ECW was a bit of a kick to the dick. WWE, have you ever heard of the principle of Chekhov's gun? It's a theatrical principle that states if you show a gun on the stage, that gun has to be fired, otherwise there is an innate frustration to the audience at introducing a plot element and not having it pay off. If you show a table being covered in lighter fluid and don't have that table be set on fire, then the audience hates you. X plus Y equals Z. That's all there is to it. The only shocker of the night, Dean Ambrose beat Kevin Owens for the Intercontinental title, and well, you know, alright. It's amazing to see a title on Dean Ambrose. He deserves it, but honestly, Kevin Owens, what do they do with you now? Let's just hope they use this gold on Ambrose to breed tension between him and Roman Reigns and send Roman slightly bit mad, because that is the only thing you can really do now. Charlotte successfully digivolved into her dad, which was basically the whole point of this match. Paige did a thing, Charlotte did a thing. It was a bit clumsy, they called their spots really loud, but ultimately it was fine. So the main event, and ow, I've got blue tater tots. Now, it was fine, you know, there was enough debris and carnage to make someone feel Pavlovianly like they had a good time. White noise through the table, fine. A very slow Samoan drop through a ladder, fine. You know, splinters and broken things make me feel like a big bloody bloke, and now I've actually watched something. Well, here's the thing, where was Barrett? Now, I'm British, and honestly, this feels like the worst prejudice that has ever happened. I mean, honestly, our poor empire, could they just not be bothered to fly Barrett out? I mean, they shot him in a weird League of Nations thing before in the kickoff show, but they just couldn't be asked to actually bring him to the arena. Poor guy, poor really tall guy. So League of Nations helped Sheamus win. Sheamus did a whole incredulous, what? Roman Reigns climbing the ladder, and oh no, I've got the title. That's fine. That's the end of the match. And then Roman Reigns beat up Triple H for what felt like 4 years. And honestly, they keep trying to copy-paste Roman Reigns into someone else's story. The Daniel Bryan story. Nope. The Steve Austin story. No. Honestly, guys, it's just not that simple, and it's getting genuinely tiring to have the audience be writing the story for WWE creative. Like, the best authors stay one step ahead of their audience at all time, but in this case, it's just the audience dragging WWE creative kicking and screaming towards the inevitable conclusion, which is turn Roman Reigns heel. It's the only way that any of this actually starts to matter to anyone at home. Because otherwise no one will care about you, your tater tots, or any of that chuffing nonsense. This pay-per-view was sponsored by Toys R Us, which makes sense because it was a pay-per-view all about toys. And if you took the toys away from the pay-per-view, what do you have? A handful of broken storylines and nothing else. Playing with toys is fun, but ultimately, that's all it was. So that's what I thought of WWE TLC 2015. What do you think? Tell me about it in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can even follow me on Twitter here. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and I will see you soon.